These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Punch scores. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. The straight right just misses. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Bivol in that last round. Well, he is glad to have... And there's the bell for round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Nice counter shot. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. These two fighters are made for one another. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Both men step back for just a moment. Counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Bivol in that last round. He is down big time on the score. Let's get it started in round three. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Can't land the jab there. And that jab just missed with the left hand. One punch could change everything in this battle. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Back and forth they go. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode. Here we go to the fourth round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
They are not going to let this one go to the judges. And he fails to score with that left hook. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Hook misses. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters...
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. They say no one knows a fight. There's the bell to start round 5. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Nobody home with that hook. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Bivol in that last round. Let's start the 6th. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That jab misses. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap.
I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, this fighter has been down. Here we go. It's round 7. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Looks like they've shaken it off.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Straight right just misses. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
You've got to be courageous.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Can you believe it? Roy Jones, and down goes Jones Jr. And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Where?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Got to waste time. Get a step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
The straight right just misses. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And there's the bell for round 8. And he scores with the counter. Only catching air with that hook. Beautiful counter shot. Hook misses. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment? So hold it right there. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. And finally, Jones goes down. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your ball.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
They got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen now, it's time for them doing their job.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. And now Dimity Bivol is dazed. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
GG.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen.